Yo, press record. What's up? You're listening to Zero to X. My name is Daniel, and today with me, as always.
Hey guys, my name is Amara.
What's up, my guy?
I'm doing very well now. How you doing?
Bro. Maybe I'm good. I'm living out what we say to do in Zero to X, which is showing off. That's what this particular recording is, man.
I appreciate the effort.
Like, bro, I'm siphoning all the adrenaline in my body to say, yo, let's get this done. Let's get this done. Happy Q2, man. Happy Q2.
Dude.
Amara had a rockstar keyword, I can tell. I can see and I can tell.
I thank God, man. I thank God. But, so I was listening to one guy.
Yeah.
He's a trader.
Yeah.
And I was listening to him, and I was sharing with my guys last week.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we didn't shoot last week.
Go.
Yeah, something happened. But not to bore you guys with the details. Anyway, so I was telling my guys that I was listening to this guy, and he kind of gave me a paradigm shift, a teeny weeny bit of a paradigm shift.
Okay.
He said, a lot of people set goals for the year, and that's fantastic, that's great and all.
Yeah.
But the thing is, most people usually think about it from the angle of being 52 weeks, right?
Okay.
Which is how I think about it, 52 weeks. And that's not a bad thing. That's fantastic. That's great.
Okay.
But he takes the approach of thinking about each quarter as a year. You know, there's this punishment we instill in ourselves when we don't meet our yearly goals.
I could see the psychological play there.
Yeah. So he does this thing where he thinks about every quarter as 12-week sprints.
That makes sense.
And dude, when he said it, I was like, that makes a lot of sense. I can imagine sprinting for 12 weeks and taking a break at the end of the 12th week to refresh.
That actually makes sense.
Rejuvenate and come back strong.
If you're quote unquote planning maybe the first week, you have 10 weeks of work and then a week of winding down. That actually makes a lot of sense, man.
Dude, and he said like he just goes aggressively hard at it.
That makes sense.
It's usually very mind-boggling the kinds of things he's able to achieve, as opposed to thinking about it over a 52-week period where you're kind of like, Q1. I said I was going to read 4 books and I only read 1. I still have 3 Qs to go. I'll probably read.
No, man, a Q is a Q.
But the Q is a Q. So you get to every month, every quarter, and you're just like,
what have you done?
What are we doing with this quarter? Exactly. That's what we do ourselves when they are yearly.
Yeah.
So, dude, when I thought about Q2, I was like, I'm going to do this for Q2. I'm going to go at it like a sprint.
Yeah, that's
which is what I did for Q1.
Yeah.
But again,
unconsciously.
If I am being honest on this podcast and with myself, I know that there was that thing he said about just chilling a bit.
Just chilling a bit.
There's times when I'm like, oh yeah, this is fine. Like,
guys, what are your goals for the quarter, man?
Dude.
I think that's pretty interesting because people tend to set. I'm not saying don't have there is a balance between setting long-term and short-term goals. So the way you would say set a yearly goal and then have a 2-year, 5-year idea of where you're going to be is the same way I can say I'm setting a 1-year goal and I can have a Q1, Q2 idea of where I'm going to be. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So I'm definitely copying that, man.
Dude, I love it.
I'm definitely doing it.
I was like, I don't mind four breaks in a year.
Do you understand?
Maybe very extensive breaks, like if I need a couple of days, 1, 2, 3, 4 days, just unwind.
That makes a lot of sense. So
I would do that and then sprint aggressively.
That's interesting.
Weeks.
That's interesting. And you don't get to, and those breaks, like I said, I don't know if you remember the beginning of this podcast episode where I said I really didn't like the Christmas break because it took an edge of how hard I was going at things.
That was episode 1.
That was episode 1. That was the very first episode. So it was like. So this makes sense in the fact that your body can rest, your mind can rest a little bit as much as it can in those rest or refractory periods before you have to go hard again. And you are actively thinking about. It's a pretty interesting.
Yeah.
It's beautiful because people might think, it's kind of obvious, but it's not really being done.
It's not.
People use quarters as measurements.
For how the year is going.
For how
he's thinking about it as every quarter is a year.
It's a year. That makes a lot of sense.
And I'm like, dude,
that's different, man. That's different.
This makes so much
sense. That's pretty different.
Yeah, so that's how I want to go about Q2.
Oh, that's like, bro. I'm taking that right out of our conversation right now. I'm definitely doing that. That's pretty interesting. Well, you shared the thought. Now let me share the thought I was telling you about before this episode started.
Daniel was saying something. I said no. I don't want to hear. Keep on podcast.
So I was listening to Simon Sinek earlier today. That man is wise.
Yeah, he is.
Simon Sinek is an author. He wrote the book Start With Why. His leadership and personal development or business development consultant.
He wrote Start With Why?
That's the Simon Sinek, yeah.
I didn't know.
You didn't know?
There was this other one. There's this other one he's popular for. I can't remember. There's another book
that's those circles thingy now, where it's like why, how, what.
Oh yeah,
that is Simon Sinek. That is the Start With Why concept.
Okay, yeah.
That is the Start With Why concept. So, he narrated a story of Phil Knight. Phil Knight was the founder. He's dead. He's dead right now, I think.
Of Nike or something.
Of Nike, exactly.
Yeah.
So he said he was at a conference, and he was addressing the people at the conference, obviously. So he said he now grouped people into different categories. I was like, okay, if you were in this hall and you have run any time in your life before, stand up. So a couple of people stand up.
Like sprinted?
Like just run. Like they just jogs, like daily runs and whatever.
Okay.
If you've ever run in your life before, like stand up. So they stood up. And so he just kept on giving further subdivisions. Then he now said, if you're in this hall and you've run this week, keep standing. So a couple of people sat down.
Okay.
So that means they've run once a week. If you're in this hall and you run twice a week actively, keep standing. A couple more people sat back down. Then he said, if you're in this hall and you run 3, 4, 5 times a week, come rain, come shine, come darkness, come cold, come heat, whatever, you still keep on running. Yeah, remain standing. Some more people sat back down.
Yeah.
And then he said something. He said, do you know who is standing at the lamppost when you're like turning on the curb? He was just trying to like give like a general expression.
Okay.
It's Nike. Nike is cheering for you. So the Just Do It slogan isn't about winning, it's about trying and showing up. So a lot of people tend to associate like the entire Nike Just Do It thing with winning when you win. Winning is beautiful and great, but no, it's about trying. It's about showing up every day. When I heard that, like
that was where Just Do It came from.
That was where Just Do It came from.
Dude, that's
like
wild.
Nike, they are the cheerleaders at the lamppost clapping for you. That's
I know what it means, like cheerleaders at the lamppost.
Yeah.
If you've ever run a marathon.
Exactly. If you run a marathon, exactly.
Yeah.
You get what I'm trying to say. But it's more impressive when you're running alone. Like it's come rain, come shine. Like, bro, you have all the wares. You don't let anything be an excuse as to why you are not going to go on this run. Bro, it was like Nike is the one standing there clapping for you. That's why we say just do it. So it's not about winning, it's about trying. It's about showing up consistently.
Dude.
Bro, I heard that, I was like, bro, my mind melted. I was like, that is so powerful.
It is.
And again, like back still on the conversation of Q1, Q2, and how we're thinking about things going forward, it's just like the advice will always ever be the same. Just keep showing up. Man.
Yeah, dude.
Keep showing up. Like,
and you see, I think I say it all the time that there is a tendency to not appreciate how far you come if there is no record.
Exactly.
I was thinking about Q1, and you know what's wild? As of right now, as of this conversation, I've not done my assessment of Q1.
Fairs.
I'm going to do it between today and tomorrow. But I've been swarmed with work.
Yeah.
But the crazy part is, even before the assessment, I already know what Q1 looks like. I mean, for example, you're telling me, you know, I did some stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I know I did stuff. I like, as opposed to some earlier years in my life where Q1 where everybody's saying Q1 was great. I'm like, I don't know what happened. Like, dude.
Yeah.
I think there is beauty in journaling that can be overlooked.
Absolutely.
When you're showing up every day.
Absolutely.
If you don't have some sort of record system, it doesn't need to be a journal, it doesn't need to be anything fancy. But if there isn't a way by which
You can
are able to
look back visually and see. You're not thinking about it. Yeah, you don't have to try to remember.
Yeah.
You can look back visually and see. Yeah.
It won't make it easy to
appreciate 100%
what's in this our case now.
What each quarter is like. Totally, man. I get that, bro. Like, I'm still reeling over like that narration of the story, man. It's like it's about trying. It's about consistently showing up.
I found in my own journey, I found that there's days when I don't want to show up, but I'm like, I've come this far to stop
man.
now. I just can't.
Man.
It doesn't. What do I tell myself? How do I justify this in my brain? That, this was a good reason. No, there's none. There's no good reason to stop right now.
Yeah, 100%. And when Amara asked me how I was doing, he obviously knows. He obviously knows. But guys, today is Saturday, obviously. So Amara and I shoot these episodes either Fridays or Saturdays because those are like the times we can make out like the 2-hour, 3-hour blocks we need to shoot and edit and whatnot.
Yeah.
So, and obviously we've had the elections happening in Nigeria, so we've already missed a couple of Saturdays. We proactively tried to meet up on other days, but Nigeria.
I think I also need to add to proactively trying that sometimes I also think, and we also think about the quality of what we are putting out.
Exactly.
So we recorded something now, just like, this is not going out.
It's not going out. This cannot. Our community does not deserve this.
It's not seeing the
light of day. It's not seeing the light of day. So we'll try to proactively like show up on like the other days of the week and see if we can do one, because we have to keep up with the schedule. I mean, guys, we're going for 100 episodes this year, man. So, but Nigeria is Nigeria and we're trying to like adjust around that. So then today is April 1st, and it's after the entire election drama / saga and whatnot. So maybe like this is the first clean break of a week we can actually record.
I was telling people Happy New Year. I'm not even making it up. Dude, I'm not even making it up. It kind of feels like alongside everything that we have had to deal with in our own personal lives, Nigeria was just Nigeria. It was just doing its thing.
It was like pretty interesting.
Nigeria, can you chill? Can you chill? Like,
you actually reached to say Happy New Year, my guy.
I have to tell people Happy New Year. Like, I don't think we've had an interaction since January. Like, we've just been dealing with a lot in this country.
Yeah. I get that.
So for fresh starters,
Happy New Year.
Cheers.
So today I called Amara like 6:30 this morning. I was like, yo, we good today, blah, 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 blah. So Amara was already on his way down to church, and I was like, where we shoot most of the time. So I was like, oh yeah, chill. It was already 6:30. I mean, I was up, started worked till like 8:39, took a meeting. Then that 9 o'clock, my body just decided that it wanted to be dancing Zumba. Bro. I was like, what am I feeling? How am I feeling? Like, God. I just thought about the fact that, guys, we are like 6 or how many episodes behind
schedule.
I'm like, if I miss today again, that makes it 8 or 9. And then there's the fact that there are like some 2 months in the year that we don't know what myself and Amara's traveling will be like. So it's like, we have to hit 100 episodes. And that doesn't know what happened. We have to hit 100 episodes. The number of times, and bro, there were like a lot of rationalizations in my head as to why I should pick up the phone, call Amara and say, yo, these are the rationalizations. Number one, energy levels. Yeah. Do you understand? It comes through in the recording. Do you understand? So
you can tell.
If I'm definitely not hyped, guys, I promise you, when I'm siphoning all the adrenaline in my body, I had to listen to a song on AirPods, noise cancelling AirPods, to get a pump. I get in the groove of the things that we're like doing this recording, doing this episode, bro. Like anything. So I was like, God, it was 10 o'clock, it was 11. I was looking at my phone. She actually just called this guy and say, how far, bro? My body feels one kind. Like for quality assurance reasons, for QC reasons,
man.
I don't think we should shoot today, man. Like there's the fact that I'm actually like physically strong, quote unquote. I was like, when I came, I was like, what happened? What happened to
guys?
Me? So I was like, but what was on my mind was, we will now be behind 8 or 9 episodes. How are we going to reach 100 episodes this year?
Again, while factoring quality. That, guys, full disclosure, we've scrapped 3 episodes. 3.
There are a couple more wanted to scrap. We're like, I beg, let's take it easy. Let's take it easy. We scrapped 3 episodes. Like I was telling Amara last week about how some guys, some of you, our listeners, are very beautiful listeners who we are personal with, entered my DM and then were like, guy, how far new episode releases now? Like, what's going on? I was like, just trying to say, guy, don't worry, we have like some unreleased episodes that haven't been edited and we're editing. And like, that was the truth, it wasn't a lie. And I was like, I guess I'm going to have to go and do a second listening. And I was like, love, my guy, love. Because we didn't drop episodes. So I'm like, I'm thinking of that and it's like, I can't let that guy down. Like, I mean, he's maybe one of like 100 or 200 people that listen to us on a weekly basis, which congrats, by the way. I mean, yeah, so it's like, I can't let him down. Like, bro, I'm going to show. What was paining me was that there is a fact that if I actually came here to shoot with Amara and my energy wasn't given, I've wasted Uber money. And Uber money, both money do choke. Both Uber ride even apps, just in case for people that might not have context. Those
as it stands,
ride fare do choke, bro. And I was like, bro, I'm about to waste like 6 and 10,000 there on rides, and we will not now use the episode.
The price for showing up.
I was like, no, man. Like, there were so many legitimate reasons, and I knew that if I told Amara the quality one and the money one, he would get it. He's a reasonable person. But I was like, I don't want to give him the chance to excuse me in the first place. The number of times I picked up my phone and threw it back, I'm like, I'm not going to call or text this guy. I would pick my body up, drag myself. The body was not bodying. I was like, Sha. I stood up. I pulled out my body. Here. I brushed my mouth. I called right. I entered right. And we're here. So like, yeah, like that's the thing we're trying to say about trying.
Showing up, man.
Showing up, not winning. Trying. Reminds me of the story of Kobe Bryant when, like, this was pretty typical of him when it came to games and like showing up. Kobe was one person that would play through the worst injuries, not the worst injuries, but like injuries that you should normally sit out. Like you break your thumb or something, or you have a flu. Michael Jordan once played through a flu game. It's literally called the flu game. But it was food poisoning, but like
whatever the case, man.
He played through it and put up all-star numbers. It's not as if he just showed up. He played through it. And I was like, So I was just thinking, I thought of Michael Jordan. I thought of Kobe.
What would this
person do? I was like, no! You're like, no, I'm showing up today. You're done.
Love it. No. Guys, for context, I was telling Daniel, I think in one of the previous episodes, that one way I have been able to hack showing up is just asking myself, just find one top performer in your field.
What would that person do?
And ask yourself, what would that person do?
Bro, I was like, bro, MJ did it, Kobe did it.
Would this person be lying down with this inconvenience?
Bro, Michael Jordan was ridiculous. Like, he was in training and he expects everybody to come to training early. They now tell him, he now says that one person is missing. Where is he? He's with the massage therapist. He goes into the massage room, flips the table with the guy on it, and says, I'm playing through worse pains than you. He was not playing, he was not joking. There was a doctor, there was a massage therapist, that was, because the guy was sore. It's a thing that happens. I got to enter there and flips the table. I was like, I'm in worse pain than you, and I'm still here showing up. What, like, bro? What are you doing with your... It was extreme, to be fair. It is extreme, but when you just see, that's why he's the goats, at least of that generation, like arguably the goat of all time.
I say again and again that a lot of the time we don't realize what it takes to stand at that position. I'm telling you, don't work
to be the 1% of the 1% of the 1%.
And sometimes you have to actually genuinely ask yourself, am I willing to pay this price?
Willing to pay that price?
Am I willing to pay this price? Because
it's not for everybody.
It's steep, man. It's
steep. It's not, bro. That price is not for everybody, man.
It's steep, man.
It's not for everybody.
It's not for everybody.
It's not, like, literally, like that series, The Last Dance.
Some people ask themselves, like, what is the worth
of all this work and how hard I'm going?
So
I get you, man.
But then again, for the people who choose greatness,
our people,
for the people who choose greatness,
our tribe, who choose to go the extra mile. This is saying, like, we're with you. We understand. Some days it do hurt us. It do hurt us on multiple days, actually. It do hurt us, man. But again, trying and showing up. That's the real win, to be honest, to be fair.
There's something I've been thinking about also in recent times, and it's been with regard to the quality of my personal output. Not now, this is not zero to X
Yeah.
stuff, but like personally. There's times when like you said, it doesn't feel good to want to show up. Like I feel a kind of way, right?
Yeah.
And let's say for something I need to put out, something I need to work on, there is the tendency to just want to, what's the word now? There's a word they usually use, just push through it. But I'm not, this particular word we use, just push through that task and get it done.
Yeah.
But I'm always like, if this is not my best work, what is it worth?
This is an interesting angle.
What is it worth? Like, I strive, and it's not something I'm able to do consistently. I always try to put out the best I can put out at this particular stage of Amara.
Yeah.
So as I continue to develop, I try to push the quality of my output.
Yeah.
Because there's days where you feel terrible. And in those moments, if you drop the quality of what you're doing, you are reducing the effect of letting the thing you are doing stack up over time.
That's a pretty interesting
Yeah.
angle.
So I'm just like, on some days, I'm just like, Amara, push for excellence. Push. It's not convenient, but push. Push. Let it be something that is truly valuable for the person you are creating it for. And do it. It can be a lot sometimes. It honestly can. It honestly can. And sometimes I listen to some people on Instagram and I'm just like, some people talk about how, oh yeah, like discipline and hard work. They paint it to look like discipline and hard work would mean that you are always at 100. And I watch some of these things and I'm like, dude, are you guys really being serious? Like, can we really operate at 100 all the time?
Yeah.
Again, I think if we can conceive it, we can do it.
Yeah.
But then again,
like in the day-to-day of real life, man.
Yeah, your body is not a machine.
100%.
It can be very wild when I see some things like, I'm just like, dude, I know, yes, we need to push for the best we can. We need to, but 100% output all the time, that's a crazy level of efficiency. Man.
Yeah, we hope we get there for something that's really worth it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hope we get there for something that's really worth it. But again, it's just like, how much are you willing to give? Yeah, and I don't know, like the concept of like you shared about like thinking of quarters in terms of like a full year. Like it's sticking with me a lot.
I'm looking forward to trying.
Yeah, like mostly because it reminds me of what Elon says. Like, try to do what you did in 5 years in 3 months. It reminds me of what Elon says. So I'm like, bro, just how hard will I work? That fits it perfectly, man. Like, dude. So bro, like I'm psyched. Like, I'm definitely gonna try it out, man. I'm psyched. I think another thing I'm working on for this quarter, picking up the thing you shared about, will you eventually do that thing even though you can conceive that you can do it, like you can push, is letting my mind, or working with my mind, my conscious or whatever subconscious, like whatever that makeup is like, obey me. By that I mean, I found out that if there's something you think can't be done and you experience a radical paradigm shift, whatever excuse or obstacles to do your way becomes inconsequential. It becomes non-existent. I'm going to explain. So say all of a sudden there was this wall that you were just casually trying to jump over.
Okay.
And you couldn't jump over it.
Okay.
And then you see a mad dog chasing you. That day you will jump over it. Do you understand? So it's not that your body couldn't do it. You were always capable of doing it, but your mind just didn't let your body do it. At that point in time, you were not thinking. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So I'm trying to, like, one of the things
your mind was off the steering wheel.
Exactly. Just like cooperating with your mind to let your body do the things it's supposed to do. It's like taking the extra reps on the set when you're exercising.
Daniel, there's something I want to share, but finish.
Yeah, so let's say you have like 3 by 10 sets and you're challenging yourself, and maybe like first set you manage the 9, that last third one, you know that you added a little bit of English to it. Like you just this thing. So it's like when you now want to do the second, let's say you've not done your rest period or you've gone through like another circuit, you've not come back to the second set.
Your mind is not telling you.
Your mind is not telling you. You need
just do 4.
exactly. But the truth is, are you capable of doing 10?
Yes.
So one of the things I'm trying to explore is working with my mind to break through those barriers and do the moment I've purported that this is a thing that needs to be done to achieve this particular result. Nothing, no excuse or condition, should make me want to go back on actioning that particular decision that I've made. I believe I'm smart enough, or I was smart enough then to have said, oh, this is worth doing to achieve this result.
Yeah.
Why in the middle of doing it, under the pressure of actually doing it, will I all of a sudden change my mind? Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So I'm like, that gotta go, man.
You call it working with your mind. It's kind of like getting my mind out of the way.
Bro, whatever it is, and it's the truth, bro. There's this book that I would recommend sparingly. Like, I would add a bit of salt to it. Relentless by Tim Grover.
Sparingly, man.
Sparingly. You get why. But who is Tim Grover, you'd ask? We talked about 2 athletes here. Michael Jordan and Kobe. He trained the both of them. Yeah. When that's your pedigree, I beg. Like, bro, it's enough said.
Yeah.
It's literally enough said. And it's like, he said the first character of someone who is relentless. Like, he has an entire tiered system. Coolers, closers, cleaners. Yeah. Different levels of performance. Good, great, unstoppable. Do you understand? So he said that the first thing is that cleaners don't think. People that are relentless, they don't think. So meaning that they have dedicated themselves to diligently doing something till it practically becomes instinctual. Instinctive is second nature. So at the point of actually performing, you're not thinking, man.
Dude.
At the point of actually performing, you are not thinking. You have let all the reps that you have put in, those things take over. It becomes instinctive second nature.
I need to share.
Yeah. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Oh, dude. This thing you're saying, man.
It
resonates so perfectly with what I was sharing with Nelson. I was telling Nelson that, like, since I started my social media, right? I mean, you listeners were here.
Yeah, man.
And for those of you that have stuck with us so far, again, big shout out to you guys.
Thank you very much.
Big shout out to you guys. But like I was saying, since I started my social media, I realized that everything was in my head. All the limitations. The moment I got my head out of the way.
That's one of the saddest realizations to have.
And Daniel, do you know why I preach? Part of why I preach about this is because it makes me realize that a lot of people will never be able to get their heads out of the way.
Out of that space.
So if you don't get your head out of the way, regrettably, we are 10 years down the line, and I am, let's say, one rock star on social media or something. Like, I'm internet famous or maybe physically famous as well, whatever the case is, right? And this person is that person who is now like, oh, I knew this guy.
Yeah. When it started, in the days where we hid our like counter because we didn't want to see it.
I know, but that's the thing. I'm not hiding. Okay, but
yeah.
But again, it's the realization that if you don't get your head out of the way, and get your head out of the way fast, dude,
that's a very sobering
thought. Dude, I didn't realize how bad it was. Babe mentioned it to me one time, and I was like, okay. Like she just casually said, I mentioned something, as I gave a reason for something I was not doing. And she just casually said, it's in your head.
Interesting.
I came back to that thought months later. This thing was really in my head.
Truly in your head.
It's truly my head, man. Truly my head.
Guys, question, what are you not doing that you want to do, that you feel compelled so much in your heart that this is what you're supposed to be doing?
Excusing yourself for.
That you're excusing
something
yourself
that you might consider as a
for
valid
whatever reason
in your head.
Throw it away.
Throw it away.
Inside
and
your
just do step one.
Yeah.
Bro, I say, I looked at my Instagram and said, Amara,
Is this
said
you?
20
Do you
something
understand?
I said, me?
Bruh,
20 something?
bruh, that's different.
Dude,
Guys, I know,
couldn't
like,
believe
it might seem a little trivial, but because of the context I have, I know what it's like. Yeah. Both on the personal level, I'm with Amara as my brother and as my friend. I know what it's like
I couldn't believe
to
it.
actually make it work. And bro, it's like whoever will listen to this particular episode a couple years down the line will be like, Amara underscore E underscore. His film was like they won't be able to relate to the period when we were like this.
As
exactly.
of this shooting is 20 something. I don't know the exact number.
Yeah.
But it should be give or take 6 times 4
Guys,
is 24. Like I think it's 23.
Yo, like the
23
summary
right
is
now.
that Amara's IG is bossing, man.
I mean, I'm not doing the summary is you guys were here.
Exactly.
Literally
the day he started, like he made the first post.
You guys were here the day I posted the first post.
Mm-hmm. That's a summary.
So guys,
it's in your head. Get it out of your head.
One reason why we do this thing is because we hope that you take the steps we take.
Exactly.
Get it out of your head.
Exactly. Like
take step one with that thing.
Yeah, like we've shown
Take
you
step
literally,
one.
like literally. Like we're trying to model everything we're saying people do. Look at what we said about showing up.
Yeah.
I don't think I can communicate how strong, quote and unquote, I was. Bruh, Amara saw me now when I came on, like, bro, Amara was like, guy, we might not shoot too. This was like,
yeah, because I could already tell how, like, his energy levels will affect the output.
Exactly, but
thankfully, we're here now. Energy levels are 100.
Kobe! All right, guys, it's been a really interesting conversation. As always, there are a couple of things that we hope you guys take away. There are a couple of things I'm taking away. Number one, that Q1,
Dude,
that quarter
that
as a year business,
just
bro,
keep trying.
I'm bossing, man.
Just keep trying.
Keep trying, keep showing up. And whatever thing is in your head that you think is the reason why you can't do that thing, my dear, pick it up, throw it in the dustbin.
Just get it out of
the
way.
Pick it up, drop it, and like match it.
It's wild. It was like I was.
It's a paradigm shift.
Like, it was like there was a veil in front of my eyes.
I know what those realizations are like.
Wow,
man.
Amara, you could actually wow.
Yeah,
dude. And that's the thing. I've had successes in other areas of my life, but this one had been a major block. Like,
yeah,
it was not moving.
A block that wasn't a block.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah, I totally get you. So, guys, cheers to doing impossible things.
Cheers to Q2, a fantastic.
Cheers to a fantastic Q2, guys.
Fantastic.
Don't worry. At the end of this Q, so see, we are going to take emails and like messages from people at the end of Q2.
It seems like there's some way in which Spotify allows you to take feedback. I don't know. I haven't properly explored it.
Like whatever those channels are, we'll be sure to share them like across the social media. Like we want to like start interacting more with like members of our community because like you guys are the day ones.
Yes.
And we hope you're seeing the literal day one things or day zero things that we're doing to get to wherever it is we'll be at the end of 2023, wherever it is we'll be in 2024, 25 and on. So thanks guys as always for making this a part of your day, and I guess we'll be seeing you in the next one.
Cheers guys.
Cheers guys.